That knot, okay. Just had to stop by Buck Knives, SHOT Show 2012. Hey guys, NUTNFANCY. So many of their blades are just awesome. Covered them in tabletop form. I've used them heavily out in the wilderness. The Buck Hoodlum would be a good example of that. Great booth review, SHOT Show 2011. Lucky enough to score a very quiet personal room here in the inner sanctum of Buck Knives. And we had a great time visiting with Ron Hood, quite the personality in SHOT Show 2011. And if you think he's something, meet his wife, Karen Hood. She's a nut. This is Karen Hood, wife of much beloved Ron Hood. She has every bit as much personality and actually knowledge of what's going on with all things Ron Hood, as Ron did.
Yeah, we miss him very much.
Thanks for meeting with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And I'll tell you what, Karen and I have been in contact since Ron's passing in February, and what can I say? We miss Ron.
We do. We do. There's Ronnie right there.
Woodsman, expert survivalist, king of the personality, and bladesmith.
He was the man.
He was the man.
Pretty much the man. He was my man, that's for sure.
Well, condolences from us.
Thank you.
And you and I have talked personally and officially, dead serious. We're changing gears.
Absolutely.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good actually. I'm doing okay. It's been hard, but I have a lot of friends, and Buck Knives has been wonderful to my family. I can't say enough nice things about the Buck family, company. Just they've been wonderful. And my business is doing great. Continuing my Survival Quarterly magazine that my husband and I started together. I just finished a tribute issue. It's about our lives, and our next issue is due out in about a month. And also here at SHOT Show, announcing Ron's newest blade in the Buck Hood line, and that's the Punk. It's called the Punk. It's the companion to the longer Hoodlum. Hoodlum's 15.5-inch overall length. This one's 11 inches overall length, and it is half the weight. And if you take these scales off, it has a shock mitigation system inside, just like this little baby here, and you can shave some more weight off of that baby.
Let me say this too real quick. Karen has stepped in where Ron left off, and Karen was actually very aware of all of Ron's projects. She's been with him in all the survival craft.
Absolutely.
And honestly, we talked off camera, it's a good thing, because
it's been really cathartic for me, and honestly, it's been a terrible experience, but it's also been a wonderful experience in the fact that I have found out that I have a lot of friends, and it's really shown me what,
And you've picked up these projects of Ron's that he was about halfway through.
Absolutely.
And you've seen them to fruition now.
Yes.
The Punk being one of them, which by the way is an excellent mid-sized fixed blade knife.
Absolutely, it is. It's awesome, and you can still chop with it. You can whittle with it. I mean, it's perfectly balanced, just like the Hoodlum here. It's just a companion blade to it.
Yeah.
Some people might not want to.
They don't like the big,
big knife. So here we go.
Ronnie and I had that in common. You saw it.
Oh yeah, you like the big blades. Yeah, you do.
Well, it depends on what I'm doing.
Well,
I'm out there thumping, doing shelter craft, fire making. I like the big blades.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. But both of these blades just got picked up by the military. We're very proud that.
Really, the Buck Hoodlum got picked up?
Both the Buck and the Punk. It's one of our accomplishments.
And you're talking about the junior ROTC units in high school, right?
Just
say hello to Tactical Doodle.
Just the 15.
Just a couple detachments down in Georgia are using it as their parade knife.
Yeah, just for the top rankers.
Say hello to Justin, by the way. What's up? Justin was our booth blocker, SHOT Show 2011, and over here we got Phil.
I'm the new booth blocker.
Phil's awesome.
They brought in the heavyweight.
He's guarding the door.
I think the booth blocker is a door.
No,
he's the door guard.
He's the door guarder.
Awesome.
What military units seriously have picked it up?
What is the organization?
APHIS.
APHIS.
Oh, so so it's going to be sold through the APHIS channel.
Correct.
Okay, so what that means, guys, is a PX-BX system is going to be selling these knives, making it available to soldiers worldwide.
Absolutely.
Huge win. I thought you were like it was adopted by operator unit. Who knows? That may be coming.
Yeah.
It may be coming. How's the sales on the Hoodlum? Justin, you're up.
Sales on the Hoodlum are really good. We're having troubles keeping up, and I didn't know about the APs, but apparently we're going to have even more problems. So it's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem, and what I love about it, having being a military guy myself for 20 years, is that if it's AFES, it's so available. Because I'm overseas, I walk into a BX over there in Mildenhall, Lakenheath, boom, I can get this knife, as opposed to, Gerber's made big inroads, so I'm glad to see them having some competition.
For sure.
Good job, good job. Hoodlum, by the way, still an awesome blade.
And this is a copy of the original drawing that Ron did. He sat at our dinner table one afternoon and just got his pencil out and drew this up, and it was originally called the Woodsmaster. And a lot of people know that this was first made by Tops Knives, and as soon as it got made by Tops Knives, this basically ended up being tossed on the floor, and we walked over it and over and over it, for our offices are a total mess.
Really?
Don't tell anybody.
We won't. No one watches this video anyhow, Karen. You don't have to worry about it.
Yes, and we walked over it and spilled coffee on it, and finally one day I said, this is ridiculous.
It's a piece of history.
I picked it up, and I didn't even have time. I was going to pick up my son. I picked it up, and I said, we have got to get this off the floor. This is ridiculous. And I took it, and I put it on the wall, and I put one staple in it, and that's where it stayed until after Ron passed away. I didn't even put it in a frame.
Wow.
So I have the original now, and this particular one is a copy, but yeah, it was called the Woodsmaster originally. And then what I have here is how he came up with the punk blade. Is he took one of the Hoodlums.
Look at this. This is so cool. This one right here.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah,
That used to be a full-size Hoodlum, and what he did was he took it out to our shop, and he took off the coating, and he shaved it down, and then he blued it, and Rockwell hardened it in our kiln, and this turned into the punk. You can see how much.
Yeah.
We changed the design a little bit. You can see how we changed these.
Yeah.
Ron blued that himself.
That's collectible.
And what is really cool is that we now have a new one for you. I'm going to test it right here. I'm going to test it.
Do it. Yeah. That thing sucks.
It's really Let me try to. I'm going to baton it with my. I'm going to baton it with my pinky finger.
There you go. Karen's funnier than Ron. On to the pictures on the magazines. Is this your son right here?
This is Jesse, and I want to do a shout out to Jesse. Jesse, I love you. You are the Woodsmaster Jr. He's following in his daddy's footsteps.
Watch him pick up Ron's legacy and run with it.
He is exactly like Ron. He makes jokes exactly like Ron. It's totally in his genes.
Huh.
I mean, yeah.
I don't
know
got
how
that on
is.
my end.
There's a genetic disconnect on this side of the table. That's
hey, I didn't build me. You
Disconnect.
did.
Yeah, we do not have a
I
genetic
put you
disconnect.
together. I'm to blame. Hey, where's that? I saw that floating around. That Ron's do-rag.
Oh yeah.
Show
I
him
brought that too. That is really cool. Well,
And it's hilarious because it's conveniently labeled so he doesn't screw up.
Let me just say, some people are not very smart. So
Ron would be one of those, maybe.
this is Ron's. Well, maybe because this was Ron's.
But face.
This is a
Don't
do-rag.
screw those two sides up.
Exactly. Do not do that. This is the actual one that's in our video.
Nice.
And that Ron shows. So I did bring this. This is his special. And then when you're done, cleaning both areas, you can
Do
put
what
it on
you
your
need to
head
do.
and
Go about your business.
It's a blankie. It's a little blankie.
There you go. All right, so that is the prototype of the punk, right? And then the production version of
And
the
I
punk.
do want to show you one more thing.
Go ahead.
I do have Ron's original knife that he carried. I did
It's a
bring this
Hoodlum,
here.
right?
It's a Hoodlum, yeah. It's his
You better have a
Hoodlum.
lot of wear and tear on it, otherwise, Ronnie, I'm gonna take you to task, dude.
This is
Talk
Ron's.
the talk, walk the walk.
This is Ron's. This is the one that
I bet you mine's 10 times more trash than his. It is.
Yeah. Well, I use
Totally
this one
is.
now. Okay. This is one of the first ones they came out with the deeper notch, and he didn't even carry one that said Buck Knives Ron Hood because that's what they say now. He has one that Buck Knives Hood's Woods, and what he did was he etched his name on the other side.
Excellent.
And this is the one
Totally
that I use now.
collectible.
I use it.
And I think
It's-
he's probably splitting his wear and tear between several blades.
Oh, actually, I have many blades,
Yeah.
but this is the
I
last
don't want
one.
guys to say, what? There's
Yeah,
no
no.
wear and tear. He's probably got seriously
Exactly.
10 Hoodlums that he was
we've got
thumping
a lot.
on.
We've got a lot. Yeah. But this is the special one because he put his name on it.
Oh.
This is.
And honestly, going back to this too, Karen,
Yeah.
and you guys who like the blades, we'll get to some blade details. a few, just the stuff that I'm interested in, or more or less. Memorabilia. If you have family memorabilia, the stuff, I mean, there's stuff in TMP that I'm like, you know what, that's, you know, to me right now it's not worth anything, but down the road it might be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's a good point you brought up on that.
For sure.
Excellent. Real quick on this, the punk. My take on it is it's excellent. It's kind of got some sharp shoulders on the scales. Look how thin it is. If you look between the prototype and the actual production version, much thinner, and I'd actually prefer it like this. It's going to make it a lightweight woods blade. It's going to have that same ballistic nylon sheath we talked about in great detail with Ronnie last year, so I'm really not going to say much. I can't add to that. And also my tabletop review, I've talked about it. This is a win for Buck. Win for Buck. And as you can see, if you don't like it, take it off, para-wrap the handle. There you go. Awesome. All right. Nice meeting with you. Thanks for being with us.
You bet.
And best wishes. We missed him greatly. I didn't know Ron super well. We hit it off. We had a connection. We're both goofy and we're into woods crafting big time. And we had the same philosophies on blades. You saw that on camera.
Definitely. And I want to thank you very much for the beautiful tribute you did to Ron. It really meant a lot.
Thank you.
It was to the point where I couldn't watch. It took me a couple months to be able to watch it, but it was really, really nice of you to do.
I appreciate that. Thanks. She's talking about the Hoodlum
And go to
review.
Travelade.com. I do have these punks in stock.
There you go. Awesome. Support Karen Hood. On to Justin. What's new in Buckline that we've kind of picked from the rack, right, Phil?
We did.
Phil and I kind of went through. He's like, "Hey, check this out." I'm like, "That's not
It
good."
got culled pretty quick.
I did. There's a couple knives
No
I just
nonsense.
wasn't stoked on. The ones you see on the table, I'm definitely stoked. Take it away, Phil.
Sure. Well,
Justin. Sorry, I got the name wrong.
one of my favorite knives here is our Vantage Force Pro series. We've done a couple of updates with the color and the blade
gotta
treatments
notch it
here.
or just cut
We
it
have
off?
Select Avedon Pro. Select has the 3% glass-filled nylon handle. Avedon Pro have G10 with some real heavy texture on there, so you get a nice, good grip.
Excellent. And different steels. We've talked about this on tabletop. Selects the 420 HC.
420 higher carbon, 5860 Pros up at the S30V.
Yep. I just
So real
reviewed
high
your
class steel there.
Vantage Force Pro. This one, where do we have it on
He's
table?
got it.
Doodle's got it. You like that, Doodle?
I actually do.
Isn't that a gorgeous knife? That is the best looking folding knife you currently do over there, Phil.
Awesome.
I'm just saying. And that video, I can't believe the views it got. I mean, I threw that out. I went back like a week later, it had like 57,000 views on it.
thousands.
I'm like, what? I mean, I love the knife, the centering on it, the steel, the makeup. The only thing is it's a little bit heavy, whatever. You know, deep carry clip, all the stuff I've blabbered on about. These are awesome knives. I want to show you guys these because these are new colorations. The Desert Tan, the Coyote, I'm not sure if I'm saying the names right, what you guys call them, and then the OD.
Right.
Very cool. They're going to be big sellers for. I think the entire line's doing well for you, isn't it?
It's doing real well. And the last year's models with the black blades have done well. I expect these new ones to do just as well.
Very good. Nice update on that. Go ahead.
It's not going to happen.
Put it next
So-
to Hoodlum.
I'm going to give a likability scale to everything you say, so go ahead.
So what we
Not
have
what
here
you
is
say with the knife.
a collaboration between us and Top Knives. We took some design cues from them, used our manufacturing resources to be able to produce a knife a little less expensive, a little higher volume. So what we
Little
have
neck blade.
neck knife, Kydex sheath here. It is Blade Tech compatible. The spacing on this lines up with several of their carry options. Skeletonized
Okay.
blade here, similar.
What's the steel on it?
This is a
Justin?
420 high carbon.
Okay.
So we have the modified Tonto tip, and again with the other Tops knives, we have the pry tool back here as well as the hex that'll accept any of the standard
Okay, so
quarter-inch
any of
bits.
these you could put in that handle and use it
Right.
tool function.
That's right.
Excellent. Likability scale Doodle for you on that knife. Don't hold back.
Out of 10?
Yep.
Probably about 4 out of 10. I have used neck knives in the past, and I really love this Tanto stuff. While not the coolest, it's awesome for prying. 'Cause
That's
I
for
have
sure.
busted a lot.
Definitely
Good
adds some tip
point.
strength. That's for sure.
Good point. I'll give it a 4 as well. Next.
All right. We're moving
What do you
on.
really
I
mean?
like how
What do you really
brutally
want?
honest I am.
This is
By the way, I didn't give a number. I'll get right back to you, Justin. Punk, I'm just what I know now. What's the price on it first, Karen?
Oh, thank you.
180. Okay, so it's a little bit pricey. If I could street it at around what the Hoodlum's going for, which is seriously, you can shop the Hoodlum and find it for, I don't know, $125, $115.
Yeah, 130.
Likability scale, especially with a Ron Hood name on it, 8.59, just off the top of my head. Does that work for you? It's so light, guys. It's super, super light. That 5160 steel and my testing on this knife, go watch my review. Beaten through logs and stuff, it just held an edge. If you want to see how a buck knife holds an edge, watch my Hoodlum review. Maybe the punk review in the future. Just saying. There you go. Back to you, brother.
So what we have here is an extension to our Revel line.
It doesn't look natural. A big guy like him holding that pink
Hey,
blade
this is
doesn't-
one of my
it's natural
favorite
to me.
EDC knives.
Is it?
Oh yeah, it's great, and the pink gets lots of attention for me too.
That's good. You're
But,
a big enough guy, you don't have to worry about it. You
I'm secure. I'm
Yeah,
secure.
exactly. Nice. By the way, you had a beard last year, didn't you?
I did have a nice big homeless guy beard last year. it was time.
Because I didn't recognize you at first. I was like, oh, wait, I know him.
No, it was getting a little
Justin.
out of control. Too much food was getting in there.
Yeah, but how about did the girls like it?
Sure.
Did Karen like it?
I don't know that.
I
Never saw it.
I don't even know his name.
Never saw it. I've never met him before prior to this video.
Hi Phil, nice to meet you.
This is Phil. Fair enough. Making friends. What's the name of that knife?
This is the 766 Revel. It's a button lock, one hand open,
Okay. So
One
it is
hand closed.
lightweight. I like that.
reversible clip.
Deep carry clip. It'll
Deep
carry
carry.
all to the bottom.
Yeah.
Steel on that's probably 420 HC.
That's correct.
Okay.
5860.
Likability scale for me, 3.2. Doodle.
Not totally my thing.
Go.
But
Now,
I-
Give it a number,
No,
dude.
if you're a
Hurry.
female.
Female?
If you were a female,
Are
what
you
would
saying as a gift to like a girlfriend or a
How
wife?
excited would she be?
as a girlfriend knife, I'd give it like a 7.
Yeah.
How
there
much
you
does
go.
it
I'm with
cost?
that.
That's a big thing in girlfriend knives for me. How much does it cost?
I would say this is probably a $25 knife.
I don't recall offhand, but that's pretty close.
Okay.
I'm into it.
I'll go higher, yeah. If it's a gift item, next. Hit it.
So this is another extension to our 750 knife. Regular blade, we have added a tie coating and the bottle opener carabiner location.
Is that a glass breaker on that end too?
It's a carbide glass breaker seatbelt cutter. Right.
Have you guys cut with that? Because that seatbelt cutter looks kind of small. Is it effective?
It cuts. We
Okay.
tested it.
Nice.
We tested the glass breaker too. Works
Okay,
well.
that's a rubberized handle on there, which kind of grabs clothing. You guys might like that. I generally don't. It's a tip-down carry, which has to be because of the design of the knife and the cutter, the rescue cutter. Lightweight though. This is very lightweight, and this is seriously, Phil, why I wanted to show it because it is so extremely lightweight. Likability scale, initially 6 out of 10. Doodle.
I'm gonna jump in here. One thing I love about these utilitarian blades, and I do like this opener on it.
By the way, he's an EMT, so
Yeah.
just to let you know, that's kind of his background.
And I worked in a hospital for a while where I carried a Microtech UDT. That's a pretty threatening knife when you open up IV boxes with that. I would pull that out and be like, chink, and cut it. And I looked up one
People
time,
are
and this
running.
nurse was like white-faced in the corner.
Yeah.
She's like, this, to me, it's not the hottest, and it's not something I'm gonna pull out on a first date and be like, check this, are you impressed? But it's utilitarian and it doesn't look as threatening.
For
You know, if
sure.
I pull this out,
Yeah.
it gives a different connotation. This is more professional.
It's a little more subtle.
Yeah,
it is.
I do like
and
that.
what's the price level on that, Justin?
32 bucks.
32.
In there for all the functions, carbide cutter. Yeah, it's
You'll
in
be
there.
buying it for 20, 22 bucks.
Totally in there then. 420 HC on that, right? The main blade.
That's right.
It has to be at that price level.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Same for the cutter back there.
Good points, Doodle. Good points. And then this one, here we go.
All right.
That's an old knife you've had, but this is kind of, you said a fresh
Dressed
knee.
it up a little bit.
Okay.
We've added some extra texture to the grip, so we did some mold changes there. It has a lock close feature to it, right there. Pull that back. Now it's unlocked, but it is a spring assist
Love the assisted openers.
and spring assist back lock. That's not so common.
I didn't know that. Wow. Cool. And price point, more or less.
55 retail.
Rip off. Likability scale 2.3. I'm just kidding.
It's an American made spring assist knife, dude.
It's American. I did that because I wanted to see Phil's face.
American made.
That's American made?
American made.
American made spring assist.
That's why.
Worth every
That's why.
penny.
What's the
that's
steel
it.
on it, Justin?
That's also 420 high carbon,
Okay,
1560
cool.
Rockwell on that.
Here we go. Did we cover this last year? I don't remember.
That was new.
Okay, brand new. That's a Tops big fixed blade.
It's
Caesar?
it's the Caesar T. It's a big brother here to the neck knife.
So this is kind of a pair. These two.
Yeah, we thought this was a little big for carrying on the neck, so we got a fairly elaborate sheath there to put it in. More of the hip carry style knife. Nice sturdy grip. We got the Rocky Mountain tread pattern on here. But one thing I really like about this handle is it's not just the texture on the handle that gives you nice grip, but it's the shape that your fingers can fall into. So you can get lots of force as you push forward, but then also as you go and pull back.
I love that tip.
Look how thick see how thick that blade is there?
That's like a 1/4 inch slab of steel, it looks like to me.
I think we start with quarter, and it doesn't get too much thinner than that.
It's nice. Deep finger choil like you're talking about there. And show them the balance point. You're just balancing it right there. Okay, a little bit blade heavy because of this metal right here, the grind. Kind of a funky grind, I don't know.
That's a utilitarian grind though.
There's that tool bit holder right here, so you can use driver bits with it. What'd you say, Doodle?
That's a utilitarian knife. When I first held it, I was like, it's kind of heavy, kind of. But
That's
looking
a
over
prying
it,
knife is what that is.
this is a knife I can beat on without feeling scared.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because
For
I've abused blades and I have broken tips and
That's the
whittled
whole
them
point.
back down to this.
Right. Yeah,
Only to
that's the
find
whole
that this
point.
is better.
Whole point of going
As a
with knife
tool,
like
I will
that.
give that a
Turns
7
into
out of 10.
I totally will.
If you're willing to take the weight, if you can integrate the weight. Price point on that's going to be a little bit elevated, right?
Unless you still got that
That's
this week too.
another made in USA product.
Really?
680.
Okay, rolling along. Here we go. You guys are going to be blown away that I'm going to end the video with this. Check that.
That is awesome.
I would give that a 9.5 out of 10. 9.5 Show them the
9.5.
features.
Well, this is our new Travelade kit. It's part
I love
of our,
it. Don't
our
you like it?
cutlery
Awesome. I
line.
love it. You gotta get one.
Yeah, we'll
It's
show
part
you
of
here in
our
a sec.
part of our cutlery lineup here. It's really meant as an all-in-one package for food prep on the go. So we have our spreader here, lots of
Look
flexibility.
at that blade, dudes.
Serration pattern. It's great for bread, great for steaks. It's with the flexibility. It's great for spreading peanut butter.
It's good
Tomato
for,
slicer.
It's good for scraping bird poop off of
You
the
can-
Voice of experience, I bet you. Totally.
Yeah.
top of your window.
So we have a paper stone handle here. It's made of recycled office paper.
I didn't know that was paper stone.
Yeah,
really.
it's polished.
Yeah, that's a polish. That's
You
why
know,
I
it kind of
recognize
gives
it.
a rustic leather look to it. Once you get in there, you see some of the lights and
It
darks.
almost looks like bone at first
Sure.
glance.
Plus,
Yeah.
you can with the paper stone, you can put it in the dishwasher.
Dishwasher safe, for
unlike,
sure.
Unlike,
Yeah.
the whole thing. Put it in the
I
dishwasher.
talked about the paper stone in my Vantage Force Pro review. Go ahead, brother. I love the serrations on that, believe it or not. For this knife, what this knife is designed to do, cut bread, be a food preparer. And Phil's funny, he goes, what do you notice about that tip earlier? You can actually get the last part of the peanut butter out of the jar with that thing, right?
That's exactly
That's what he said. I agree with that.
Tell you what,
use
that's
mine all the time.
impossible. with the
Lightweight too,
Hoodlum.
guys. Very, it's impossible with a Hoodlum. It is. This is a very lightweight blade, and the sheath rocks on it.
And attached to the sheath here is a fork. It's a multifunctional fork, really meant for food prep, not so much for food eating. We have a bottle opener, can opener. We also have a pair of grill scrapers on either side to get the crusties off your grill.
Cool.
It's true.
Thought.
So when you get done with your
The
burgers,
setup.
you can go and clean that up, and it's ready to go for next time.
And Phil said, I don't know whether you heard that earlier. Phil said that this is antimicrobial.
It is.
also.
So we have
With this kid, I'm glad.
For my microbes, not so
He's
much.
constantly producing germs and other stuff.
a nice snap-on latch there.
There you go.
One kit ready to go on a picnic.
Wrapping it up. What's the name of that again?
That
And
is
price.
the Travelade kit.
Price, more or less.
Retail 75, street it'll be about $50.
All right, that's a great gift item right
Made in
there.
USA, too.
Great gift item. You guys, if you watch my EDC videos, you know sometimes I travel with my Lexan silverware. This would be a nice addition. And
100% American.
the guys here at Booth, and I don't know if it's you or not, Karen, saying that they're actually using that as kitchen knives like all the
Yes,
time.
yes.
I got rid of my
Yes,
whole
Phil.
kitchen set, and that's all I use.
That's his one-stop shopping.
This and a little hole
It's
there.
also great for scraping ice off the satellite on Sunday when I can't get my damn foot.
There you go. We're wrapping it up. Probably went longer than we should have. This is Buck Knives, NUTNFANCY Project, Tactical Doodle. That's Justin. Thanks. Good job, dude. Karen.
Hey.
Love it. Mean it.
How about a happy birthday? 110 years.
Oh, we'll end with that. Happy birthday to Buck Knives, 110 years. You have a lot of fans in NUTNFANCY Project, dude, with your blades. Keep it up.
Awesome.
See you guys.
Love you
Out.
guys.
Bye.